This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. It's mid-August and we're already getting bombarded with promotions to get your flu shot. Today we have a Dr. Puckett from Complete Family Medicine here this morning to discuss flu shots and the importance of it. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
So do you recommend people getting their flu shots this early in the year?
It does seem early, but actually some new evidence has came out that shows that flu shots are effective given as early as the first part of August. So the CDC recommends that we should all begin the process of getting our flu vaccine as soon as it's available.
Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the different options.
Yeah, you know, whenever patients ask me about, you know, should I get my flu shot, I see, you know, it's out there in the community that the flu shot's available. And my first thought, more than the timing, is what the type of the flu shot, because it's not just getting your plain old flu shot like it was a decade ago. The last couple of years, this year we're up to 6 different options that people need to make decisions about what type of flu shot they need to get. And unfortunately, not all of those, only one of the types are available right now. And so holding off might be indicated. So the 6 different types of flu shots that are out there, first there's the plain old flu shot that used to be just 2 strains of the flu, and then we added the H1N1 a few years ago, and it remains in there. And so that's what we call the trivalent, the old-fashioned flu shot. That's the one that's out there right now and available. The other flu shot is a new one that's a quadrivalent. So this is our second year for having the 4 different strains. So we added an additional strain of the type B flu to cover all of those types. So actually we cover the full spectrum of type B flus now. And so that shot's out there. Then you can get either the flu shot, or you can get it sprayed up your nose, the nasal spray, and that's a live attenuated virus. So the traditional flu shot is a dead virus, whereas the nasal spray is a live attenuated. So they've taken a live flu virus, they've used special equipment to blast its dangerous parts off and then give it to you, but your body still recognizes it as the flu and responds. We have a egg-free vaccine called Flu Block. So if you have had an egg allergy and have not gotten flu shots in the past, now's the time to do that, because we have a vaccine that was actually grown in caterpillars instead of being grown in eggs. And then we have a new intradermal, second year for that as well. I think it's the flu shot you got last year on the air. But it has a needle that is thinner than the width of a penny, and so it just barely goes into the skin and puts the medicine right underneath the skin, and is much less painful.
Okay. Now, with those many different options, how do I know, or other people know, which one to get?
Well, I think it would be critical for you to talk to your healthcare provider or pharmacist at the time of you getting the vaccine. We recommend that you get one that, my recommendation is that you get one that's the broadest, so getting a quadrivalent vaccine is probably better. And then one of the types that I failed to mention a second ago was the high-dose flu vaccine for 65 and over. If you're over 65, then you really need to get the high-dose flu vaccine. It's been shown to last a lot longer and be a lot stronger of a response. And so that's if we're going to get the flu shot for over 65, you need to get that high-dose flu shot. And people over the age of 65 are at the highest risk of having death, them and children. So, yeah.
With you saying that right now, who should get flu shots and then who shouldn't get flu shots?
Well, the CDC says that every man, woman, and child who doesn't have a contraindication, and the contraindication would be, well, we've already taken care of the egg allergy, you just have to get a special one. And if you've ever had a history of Guillain-Barré, which is not very many of us, it's a nervous problem that can happen from vaccines. And outside of that, there are some other contraindications with the nasal spray if you have active asthma or wheezing, if you've got a high fever illness, not if you've just got a cold or aren't feeling well. Go ahead and get the flu shot and get it over with. But those would be reasons not to get the flu shot. But otherwise, everybody over age 6 months, clear to the top, needs to get a flu vaccine.
All right, and really quickly, I know everybody says, I'm not getting a flu shot because if I do, I'm going to get sick. Is that true?
Yeah, my favorite question and my favorite, you know, I'll fight that battle for a few weeks in the office and then I'll probably get worn out. But if you talk to people who say they got sick with the flu vaccine, 99% of the time they say that they got the GI flu, the belly flu, which is a totally different virus. When we're vaccinating for the flu, we're vaccinating for that respiratory flu, that high fever, body ache, cough, not for the diarrhea, belly ache flu. And so most people will tell you that's what they got. Well, that's not possible. So the science says no. that there is no way that you're going to get the flu from a flu vaccine.
Okay, so obviously you're a doctor and you're going to get your flu shot. Which one are you going to get?
Well, I'm going to wait and get the quadrivalent nasal spray. It's a live virus. My body will respond stronger, and it's going to cover all those 4. And anybody between the ages of 2 to 49 is eligible for that nasal spray.
Okay, so in the coming months, we'll probably invite you back. And then, of course, like we did last year, I'll get my flu shot, and then we'll see which one we'll give to Troy if he'll take one, just to show how easy and painless it is.
Absolutely.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, what we'll do is we'll post all this information on heartlandconnection.com, and we'll link up Dr. Puckett's information with Complete Family Medicine, and we'll be right back.